just a replacement.
Nice.
The special
Yeah, but
edition.
it's looking pretty cool though. Yeah, because I like it.
Yeah, I've never really had serious issues with Google Hangouts before. Can't say that for Discord, unfortunately, or StreamYard. Because I've been not kicked out, but I've unintentionally dropped out of streams via StreamYard before, and it just gets really annoying. But
Yeah, but basically, um, to both of y'all, well, welcome to the let's see what number 6 of the Loners Lounge, and basically, like one of the topics I was trying to talk about, like is this whole is the can is the cancel culture getting out of hand?
I mean, it always is out of hand because the internet.
yeah, I agree. I'm going to keep it short and sweet and say, absolutely, it's getting out of hand.
Oh well, I was like saying because of the whole Pepe Le Pew situation.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, ugh, like it's getting out of hand.
Oh.
Nani?
I have no idea. It must have been me from the past.
Oh no, like I was playing the stream to see if the sound was on and everything. So
I got you.
yeah, but so the Space Jam 2, if like you guys are familiar with it,
Damn it, Lola Bunny.
yeah, like that change and then taking out like Pepe Le Pew because like what like they try to say he didn't ask girls before he kissed on them or something like that.
Oh, you talking about P?
But
What's his name? P Lee P or something.
yeah, see, but the person in the comment like section or whatever said that like he been like kissing on the same like skunk for like 75 years. So it yeah, like so it isn't like he's just going around kissing girls or whatever.
Nah, but he's molesting one person for 75 years.
They're cartoon characters, people. We can't take them this seriously.
Nah, I mean,
I don't mean you. I just mean people that want to see this stuff erased. They're freaking cartoon characters, people. Come on.
I mean, they are cartoons, but and they're meant to be played for laughs. But if you do take it seriously for a sec, like for example, I think I brought this up. I don't know when. I think I've been bringing up a bunch on Twitter. Like people talk about, it's like the Cranker sisters are literal. They're literal felons.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Yeah, but that was their role too.
right.
what you mean? What?
That was essentially their role, was to be the antagonists. I don't know, man. It's getting to the point where it's like, is nothing sacred anymore? I mean,
man, you do know what Pee Wee does, right?
well, I mean, I grew up with the Looney Tunes, so yeah, I'm well acquainted with Pepe Le Pew. But I mean, they're also animals, and yes, they do talk, but they're animals. You can't humanize them that much because they're still essentially animals. I mean,
Yeah.
by that logic, if we're going to cancel Pepe Le Pew for that, why aren't we canceling Bugs Bunny for all the horrible things he's done?
I mean, you know, it's kind of played for laughs, though, right? Like canceling Pee Wee, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, the cancel culture doesn't really have any true power to make a change.
No,
The only thing they
that's
can,
not what I mean. What I mean is literally was like something that was being played for laughs. Like it was something that was trending when it was called like cancel a cartoon character.
Well, I
oh yeah, oh
mean,
yeah,
cause I mean, well, you can well look at like a bunch of cartoons and be like, oh well, better yet, perfect example. They cry about um stuff today, but I mean, look at the old school Comedy Central, South Park,
yeah.
and like Crank Yankers, like all of that, the old stuff. Like,
You know what? I'm probably this probably gonna be a playing devil's advocate stream for me because to be fair, South Park is like adult oriented.
yeah,
Wow, the stuff that kind of getting canceled is kind of like more for kids, and it's probably like for example, if like the Cranker sisters or Pee Wee were like played to be like super dark, serious characters, like who
yeah,
aren't meant to be played for. I think the problem people have is like they're played for laughs. Like it's like, and then the things they're played for laughs for are actually like pretty bad stuff. To play devil's advocate, of course. I mean,
right,
people probably can take it too seriously, but you know,
right.
Well,
Yeah, like
per-
so why did um Eminem get canceled?
oh, don't even get me started.
no cat, old cat, ready for that, man.
You know, because honestly, this is where I'm probably going to go full volcano on everything. It was
Right.
because, so it was because, and first of all, sorry to anybody who disagrees with what I'm about to say, but TikTok is stupid and shouldn't exist.
Right.
Big,
What's up,
this nigga
Sean?
spitting.
Yo, what's up?
Reasons like this very one. TikTok needs to die.
Nigga spitting.
Along with Twitter, along with Facebook.
Oh dang! Whoa, that.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, maybe not die as in literally die, but be reformatted. Be I don't know, man. Like
Now Twitter is fun. TikTok is evil though. But
I mean, the fact that kids can even listen to music that they would start complaining about and then make a big stink about it, to me, already proves there's a lot of serious problems with censorship. I mean, how are kids able to get their hands on, so to speak, music like Eminem, which was always for an adult audience, but they can so easily get it through TikTok? I would question what's going on with the people in charge of TikTok.
Yeah.
They're messing up.
Right.
yeah, there's no excuse for it because the fact that. Oh, what's up, Sean?
Yeah. What's good, Zebo?
What's good, dude? But there's no excuse for it because the fact like usually on TikTok they show faces. Like, of course, people could fake ages on accounts for like other things, but the fact they're showing their child faces and then they're still allowed to do like certain things, that's a problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't even allow music like that to be on TikTok to begin with, at all. Or at least make, or at least use a clean version that doesn't have that language in it.
Yeah. Like I was, just like cartoon characters like shouldn't even count. Show like they're just getting an excuse like just to cancel everything. This is just crazy.
Yep, it is craziness, and I feel like we should call the current generation or the current world we live in the crazy century, because that's exactly what it feels like.
Everything is the crazy century, though.
it just feels like it's getting crazier. I mean,
Nah, I mean, I don't. I mean, okay, so it's getting crazier in a way. Sorry if you hear that, roughly.
did he leave?
Yeah,
Sean?
Sean said he'll be back.
Okay.
Dang, ain't nobody let me talk. But nah. I mean, it's getting crazy in a way, but things are always crazy. Like every single century, every single time period,
Yeah,
because people are people. But it's just kind of more in our faces, probably. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it's things like what we're talking about right now that really make me wish I no longer lived in America. Because it's stuff like that that makes me greatly dislike the United States, you know, and it's just another piece of wood to the pile, you know. It's like, man, maybe I should think about moving to some country where even if I don't understand the language, at least I won't have to deal with this stuff.
Nah, other countries aren't. Well, it depends because America actually isn't the best country in the world, but
And I
say that.
I mean, it was essentially founded on racism. So yeah, it's definitely not the best country.
Oh well.
Alright.
Oh well. Like on that note, well, how you feel about all these stimulus checks?
Oh boy.
I mean, I think it's necessary that they're getting passed. That's all I can really say about it.
Yeah, man, I came into work today. Man, half of the people like called off. Like I'm like, oh, I already know what that means. Stimulus.
Mm. You know, just as long as the big businesses aren't getting their filthy hands on that money, which should be going to those who actually need it. Well,
Right.
maybe we actually have a president now who has I'll keep it PG and say has the guts to, you know, put his foot down and say, no, you're giving that back. So we can give it to the people that actually need it and not your greedy hands.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't mind it because I mean, hey, free money is always good. So I could certainly use it, and you know,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And so I mean, I just hope that people, if they don't need to use it right away, I hope that people can save it per se,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, like put it to use because like during this whole pandemic, or whenever it is over or whatever, all of this money is gonna be gone. So this is the period that you know you should be save.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that. I mean, I don't know how easy it would be for them to get the money back without essentially telling everybody, we're going to tax you until we get the money that we gave to you back, because it's not really plausible for even the government to go into every single person's bank account and actually take that money out. I mean, the only thing they could do is demand that people pay it back.
Right.
Now, maybe they will do that. Maybe they won't. I mean,
And that can get really, really bad.
I mean, yeah. It's just one of those things where, you know, sometimes sometimes you're going to end up walking on a glass floor in bare feet, and you're.
People forget that just like 1 or 2 months ago that they was going to send out the government like attack us.
I mean, you could argue they technically did. Well, by us, do you mean everyone, or
You don't remember when they said the riots continued, they was going to send out?
oh yeah. That was the how should we say, that was the king of the windbags saying that.
King of the windbags.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that man does not deserve to have his real name spoken. I will not call him by his real name. I will not call him by what his former title was.
Windbag rhymes with douchebag.
Because guess what? When you say his name and you call him by the title that he had recent, well, I mean, it was recent because obviously it was for 4 years and he lost it not long ago.
Right.
If you claim to be against him and then start, talking about him, you're essentially fueling his fire. Because he may not be, in the big chair anymore, but
You still got a big ego.
he's still got enough supporters to where he could potentially run for another political office. He could potentially run for governor. So,
Oh gosh.
he's not gone. Obviously by not gone, I mean he's not gone from the political scene.
Yeah, right.
He's probably eyeing up some potential,
Master plan, like this man finna come up, like show up like Eisen to the White House or something.
Oh man.
Yeah. Right.
For a second, I thought you were going to say he's going to come up like Eisen and end up being an employee for Amazon. I'm going to be honest with you. If that's what happened to him, like he actually had to get a job as a low-level employee at like Amazon, I would honestly be applauding because that would be
a low level, but it isn't president.
It would be a great quote-unquote punishment for him to have to work.
Amazon not low level at all, though. But it'll be low level for him because a small loan of $1 million.
Right.
Yo, my bad. What were we talking about before I tried to make a terrible joke?
You're not the one that makes terrible jokes, isn't that me?
Yeah. So, to transition from a political and everything. So I've got wind of Calvin Ellis. Does the name ring a bell to you guys?
Not me, unfortunately.
Okay,
Snoop Dogg said, who?
Calvin Ellis. Okay, so apparently, Henry Cavill is no longer coming back to do Superman, and so Warner Brothers gave the go ahead and like doing a full on reboot to Superman, and he will be a black Superman.
What?
Warner Brothers, you better be ready for a lot of backlash.
Yeah, he's the Superman from the multiverse from the Earth 2375. I don't know what it is, but he's the black Superman from like his world.
What?
Yeah,
but the thing that matters is that he's a new character. He has the mantle of Superman.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. My whole thing though is, all right, if we want to go with a black superhero, why are we not tackling John Stewart, the Green Lantern? Forget Superman. Bring that man in first, and then worry about your Superman reboot.
Wait, John Stewart?
Yeah, John Stewart,
Yeah, the Green Lantern.
the freaking Green Lantern.
There's the Black Green Lantern. I forgot. I'm thinking about that he actually meant to say Martian Manhunter because Martian Manhunter is black, right?
Well, I mean, he's a green-skinned alien, so I don't really see how that he could shapeshift, so he could turn himself into a person of any skin color. But
I mean, people say Piccolo is black.
yeah, I've heard that before.
Well, he acts black. I don't know.
I mean,
Well, I mean the Namekians are kind of look like the fishmen in a way.
they kind of do, yeah.
Oh dang! Oh, I just died. So, Frieza calls the Saiyans monkeys, and
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Here we go, Bob.
Here we go, Bob. Hey, I ain't trying to go on a slippery slope, but he has plans as like he's basically like has them as slaves, like.
Right.
You know what? You know what's interesting? Since you mentioned the Frieza, I'm gonna bring up the ever hated GT and mention a line that Baby said when he took over Gohan's body, and he said this to Vegeta: no matter how much a Saiyan evolves, it's still a monkey.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, I know what it was meant to be. Like, we all know why he said that, but somebody could have easily misheard that as something else.
Or at least it could have been like, wow, Toriyama is really like a great writer. Like he's trying to bring in like racism to his story or something like that.
I mean, why do we think that Frieza would say things like "you stinking monkey" because he's racist towards the Saiyans?
To be fair, I think Frieza is racist towards everyone.
I mean, Frieza is just a
hateful person.
Pardon the term, because I know this is probably a bit rated R, but Frieza is essentially Space Hitler.
Why you saying it's rated R, dude? Like, who cares, dude? Like, literally, that's not even rated R.
Because I like to make sure that I'm not, potentially being offensive. Because
I'm offended by saying Hitler's a horrible person. Like, even Germans don't like Hitler.
Right?
Well, I
scared
hope
of
not.
being canceled category.
I mean, they can't really cancel me because I don't exist, but I would not want to damage my potential for.
Be really messed up if, like, because of what Cat's doing, Tekken start getting canceled.
Oh God! Why would he get canceled because of me?
Because you're Tekken. They think it's you. They think it's Tekken.
Oh, because some people would call me what, dark Tekken?
They just go after Tekken. It's like, why you see Tekken's like, I didn't say this, man. I didn't say this.
I'm gonna get both of us booted out of Pennsylvania.
Oh man.
But I do have something to say about that Superman news.
Well, go ahead.
Why wouldn't you choose an actor who's more popular? Because even with an unpopular character, if you choose the right actor who's got a name for himself or herself, depending on the gender of the character, it won't matter whether the character is lesser known or not, because that actor will propel that character to, into popularity. Like, Chadwick Boseman with Black Panther. He basically took a character that was not really that popular outside of the comics, and elevated his status significantly, in terms of popularity. So, with this new Superman, I call him new, but that's only because he existed after Clark. Why wouldn't you go with an actor who has that star power? Now, maybe this actor who's playing him, what'd you say his name was? The actor that's playing him?
Oh well, like well, they don't have an actor currently,
Oh, okay.
but like they have a writer, and so like uh they were trying to go with a all new story, and so they were basically just throwing darts at the wall and say, okay, let's pick this particular story. And
Yeah,
so yeah, but my thoughts on it is Warner Brothers are idiots, and they just don't have no clue, no plan, no concrete direction. They're just all over the place, as I've stated like in other like streams about DC. But
You know what that happens?
greed.
oh well, yeah,
Uh,
greed, but
We
also
want to catch. We want to catch up to Marvel, so
creative
we don't care.
issues.
Yeah,
See,
because
but
there's
if
so
you
many
have,
different people in like. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
uh, oh well, I was just like gonna say, see, if you have a good creative team, they are gonna tell you which stuff is going to work. It's just seems like Warner Brothers just doesn't care.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing. You can have the most creative people in the world working on a project under you, but unfortunately, you do have the right as the big man in charge to not listen if you don't want to. Um, and that's probably what DC is doing. They're saying, well, we're in, we're here with our expensive cigars. We're sitting in these nice comfy chairs and these offices that are high up the totem pole. We don't have to listen to you, even though you're the creators, because we got all the money. And unfortunately, that's probably what's been happening with DC. You have all these creators come in, and for some dumb reason, you just don't listen to them.
So like, what was your point, Z boy?
I was saying like because they have so many different people like working on one thing that it becomes kind of like executive meddling, whereas the like, and you could tell this happens to a lot of stories where it'd be like stories are often all over the place because so many people have different ideas and they don't have a coherent way of like put it into like one area or just doing a certain thing, if you feel me.
Or to piggyback off of that, um, like currently, what if well, y'all are familiar. Coming out Thursday is gonna be Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the reviews are like saying that it's the uh, it's it's the best thing ever. It should have like stayed this away, and so like Warner Brothers is like now possibly looking to him to direct Justice League 2 and 3.
Because of course they are. The same Zack Snyder that said he wanted to do this and that with Batman. I want to see this happen to Batman. I want to see that happen to this guy, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, let's put him in charge. I mean, I've been frustrated at DC pretty much since Man of Steel came out, because I was one of the few people that actually really liked Man of Steel, and while I understood the criticisms, I did not agree with them. I did not agree with the whole controversial killing of Zod. I did not agree that made no sense and that was somehow out of character, considering the fact that anybody who's well knowledgeable about Superman knows that the man has killed before when pushed up against the wall.
Yeah.
Does he like it? No. All these people coming out acting like Superman was relishing in the death of Zod. The man was freaking crying and screamed his head off in pain.
Well, it's kind of one of the things where it's to like, it like you think Superman will always find a way, because that's kind of what he's supposed to be.
Right, but
no, I get it's more realistic for him to kill Zod, but because of what Superman represents, people often see him as this supposed invincible character, which I feel like he kind of has an image of, as to where I'm saying this because back in the day, before I learned more about Superman, I was kind of upset by him killing Zod because of the fact that not that I was exactly mad at Superman, like I saw him as like a horrible person for doing it, because it was like Superman's image is supposed to be like invincibility, like.
Well,
he just refuses to like go against his morals. That's what I thought he always would, until I found that he has actually killed before. So it could just be a misinterpreted idea of a character that people have to a certain degree of why they were upset.
But the funny thing is, anybody who's seen the early 2000s Justice League series would know that Superman was ready, willing, and able to put Darkseid into the dirt. And the only one that was standing in his way and trying to convince him not to kill Darkseid was Batman. Otherwise, Superman was on the warpath, and he was ready to bury that man. To bury that, I guess I shouldn't call Darkseid a man, but to bury his Tookus right where it belongs.
Tookus?
I'm trying to be PG here because, but yeah, like I understand the criticisms, and I'm sure a lot of DC fans are going to say, "Oh, you're not a DC fan if you see it that way." But to be completely honest with you, one thing that I personally believe is better about the Marvel heroes is they will kill when they need to. They will not sit in the corner and, try to think, well, how can I do this without killing you? How can I do this? How can I do this? How can I do this? They're not going to do that. Iron Man, if you point a rocket launcher at him, it's a repulsor blast right to your chest.
Oh, you don't even have to point a rocket launcher at him. Like, he just goes on a murder spree.
Certainly. I mean, maybe in the movies, but in the comics, like I have read a few of his stories in the comics. He's not. He's more of, if you're somebody who's got a gun and you're about to kill a bunch of people, yes, I'm going to kill you to save their lives, but. I'm Iron Man. If you just have a machine gun pointed at me, those bullets aren't going to do anything to me. So like I guess basically as I've gotten older, I've kind of started to see the way that DC heroes are handled regarding that as problematic, and I prefer that slight bit of realism because let's be honest here. How many writers for a live-action film would have been able to write Superman in such a way, especially a Superman who's supposed to be one who hasn't earned his cape yet, a very much so a rookie Superman, an amateur. How are you honestly going to convey that Superman can just all of a sudden, I don't know, like use his super speedy brain to come up with a way to save a family who are going to get obliterated by eye lasers when he doesn't have the time to think? I mean,
some people say he probably should have flew. He
What's he
probably
gonna do?
he probably flew up or something.
What was he gonna do? What he did in that one Superman sequel where he flew around the world so fast that it turned time back?
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. I'm saying it's kind of funny because I heard some people say he probably should have just flew up.
what do you mean flew up and did what? Like left him to die?
No, grabbed Zod and just flew up.
I mean, yeah, but the point was that he was in such a situation to where he really couldn't think properly. I mean,
Yeah, but it's just kind of things where it's like people are like Superman will always find another way, but that's
yeah,
what people think. But
I just don't care for that. To me, Superman isn't about always finding a way. It's his compassion, his golden heart, if you will. It's one of the reasons why I've always why I am a fan of Superman. It's one of the reasons why I love Spider-Man so much because he's a what's the word? Not I guess good. Yeah, good-hearted would be the best way to describe him. And I mean, we see many situations where Spider-Man does essentially the same thing. Trying as hard as he possibly can not to take a life.
Okay, my bad, Jay Will. Jay Will said
Yeah.
Superman didn't fly up to space, but Zod took him down.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, my bad, Superman. I'm sorry, bro. You had absolute no choice.
But that's Man of Steel was literally the only DCEU movie that I liked more than 70% of. After that, went to the theater to see Batman v Superman, and I found it to be so absurd that I was laughing almost the whole way through.
Okay, well,
the red cheeks are coming.
Speaking about flying away, has anybody seen WandaVision yet?
Nope. I know what happens though.
Yeah. Okay. So I won't spoil, but like one particular person just flew off and then didn't even say anything.
I know who that probably was.
Yeah. And so like I'm like, okay, well, overall I did like the show, and it's kind of creative how they did it, and like how they kind of had her like own little side story thing, and then characters popped up, and then like how they had their little stories intertwined and everything. But the only thing is, I don't want just the show to be just set up for the movies.
Agreed.
Because it feels kind of like that. That WandaVision is kind of setting up Spider-Man 3 and then Doctor Strange 2, and then on Friday, Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out, and that's supposed to set up Black Widow.
She doesn't need any setting up though. She's Black Widow. We've known about her for years.
Oh well, I mean, they're trying to tie in the Thunderbolts and the mutants.
Thunderbolts. Whoa!
I don't know why you would want to use that show to introduce the mutants instead of WandaVision.
Well, because the place they are investigating has ties to Logan's ex-wife, apparently.
Oh god, here we go.
And so it's kind of like a X-Men Easter egg kind of, and they also deal with the the Weapons Plus program, which is will turn into the Weapon X program.
Right. I just have no interest in those two characters. I find them to be incredibly boring, and I like Anthony Mackie, but Falcon was just lame to me. I mean, every time I think of him, the words yes Cap, at once Cap, I'll do that Cap, sure Cap. It's almost like, is that all he was just Captain America's yes man? Like, it's like, come on, man, be your own person. Don't just fly around with your suit and just be like, Cap on your left, Cap here, Cap that. Like, come on, man, you're not
the show.
Well, probably
to kind of like to kind of help. The show is kind of like them figuring out how to, like, make their own legacy and and like to get out of Cap's shadow, kind of,
which they won't be able to. I mean, in the story they may be able to, but with the fans, I don't know. I'm maybe it's just me, but I just never found Falcon in
I'm sorry, dude, but hold up. That's kind of rude of them, bro. They're trying to surpass Cap's legacy. Like, what? They just no, hold up. No, listen. What? There's some embarrassed little brothers or something? Like what? Like some jealous little brothers? Like, why would you try to surpass Cap's legacy? Like, that's like.
I mean, the show was trying to like portray, they want to be their own man, and so like instead of trying to be like somebody's like either a sidekick or a towel boy,
Well, that's fine then, having your own legacy, but I thought you said they trying to surpass Cap. Like, what kind of?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Falcon. I don't care how much training or charisma that you have a long way to be Cap.
They better inject Falcon with super soldier serum before I ever consider him as Captain America, because Captain America was a super soldier.
If you take away those, and he had like great like leadership and like motivation.
Yeah. So giving Falcon the shield doesn't make him Captain America. It just makes him Falcon with a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot. I mean, it's kind of spoilers, not really for Girl and Gun, but it was something where it was like, they was like, don't believe in the me that believes in you, believe in itself that believe in yourself that believes in you, or something like that. Where it's like, you create your own legacy, and if that's the case, that's fine. But I thought you had said they was trying to surpass Cap. Now that would be some BS. I'd be like, really?
Oh, yeah.
Like some jealous little brothers or something. Like, stay in your lane. Like, how dare you try to surpass Cap? Like, Cap has done so much, and he's your best friend. Like why?
Yeah, like I don't think they would ever pass him. Though.
I know, but I'm just saying, if they were trying to, that would be some BS.
Yeah.
Like that's small dick energy. Like, what? Like, come on, dude. Like,
if that happens, Z-Boy will turn into a Super Saiyan and start blowing things up. I told you not to.
Yeah, that reminds me of Vegeta. Vegeta trying to pass Goku, and then eventually he's like, "You're the best, Kakarot."
Right. You're gonna turn into your Majin form if they attempt that. But
yeah, that's what it sounded like. Falcon them was trying to do. Like, they were trying to become Majin. Like, screw Captain America, man.
Like, honestly, I mean, that could have potentially been a good story where, that whole thing at the end of Endgame where he says, "I feel like it wasn't made for me." If that kind of like haunted Falcon throughout at least the first part of what I assume it's not just going to be one season. It's probably intended to be at least a 2-season or longer series. It'd be nice if maybe Falcon kind of was driven to maybe, I don't know, like maybe somebody offers him some kind of like power up of some sort. I don't know what it would be, and Falcon's kind of like having this internal conflict where he's thinking, well, should I accept this because it'll allow me to get closer to that ceiling, or do I stay true to myself and disregard it and just say the hell with it, you know?
You know what would make that eternal conflict more sympathetic?
What?
If it's something as to where we see at the beginning, like he's not measuring up the Cap, and he wants to measure up the Cap because he wants to make Cap proud or like something like that, and then that eternal conflict happens. That would be make him really.
Well, the little slight leak I heard. Careful of for spoilers, people, but but it could be true. It could not be true. So I mean, take it with a grain of salt. But like Falcon came to like General Ross, and then he was like, "Oh, well, hey, can I be the new Cap?" And you know what he told him? Like he was like, "No." And then like he took the shield from him, and then like he made a whole another like poster boy Captain America like in his place.
Yeah, like
That's kind of funny. I'm sorry. That's,
Yeah, like
You know what you made-
he was
you know what
like,
you made
"Who
me
are
think
you?"
of?
Like you just took the, like give me that shit. Like
you know
who are
what you
you?
made me-
Like
you know what you made me think of when you said that? I was having Oliver Twist vibes, and I was picturing Falcon saying, "Please, sir, I want the shield. Please, sir, can I be Captain America?" And Bruce was like, "No, you ain't getting them."
like
Get that boy Bucky. Get that boy Bucky here.
like he's like, "Give me that shield, man." Man,
Yeah,
man,
no,
he's like, "Who the hell are you, dude?" Like,
no, I'm picturing,
I'm
no,
like, "Get out of here!" I'm like, Captain America, man.
dude, dude, now,
Dude, nobody knows who you are.
oh,
now I'm just picturing Nick Fury just popping up out of nowhere and saying, "No, son, I'm going to be Captain America."
That had me crying, bro.
Oh man, dude.
it's so.
You're not getting that seal, boy. You got to work up to that.
Yeah, like, boy, dude just took your whole shield, dog. Like,
No, he cuts the shield in half and he just gives him a small piece and it's like cut in the shape of a pizza slice. And he says, "All right, there's the shield, boy. I'm taking the rest."
yeah, like I'm like, dude, you just like took all your street cred. Like, he just,
Yeah.
Oh,
In all seriousness, though, I know it's going to sound crazy, but how if Falcon was going to take on any mantle, and I know what people are going to say as soon as I say this. There's a mantle that's currently absent in the MCU, and it's in the birthplace of the world's vibranium.
oh no, he cannot be Black Panther. No.
Why not? Why not? I mean, first of all, he'd be a Black Panther that flies. I know that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it just wouldn't like.
I'm partially joking, by the way.
Yeah, like it just wouldn't fit right.
Yeah, I know. And I was expecting so many people to give me hate for that and saying, "You're just saying that because," but I don't know. It might be interesting. I mean, see the MCU kind of go down its own path and be like, oh no, we're gonna change some things substantially, like how we made Tony Stark the creator of Ultron in the MCU. Maybe Bill decide to, have Falcon become like a hero that already exists, but you never would have expected him taking up the mantle. Like, I don't know. This would be crazy, since he already uses tech. Maybe he somehow meets up with Rhodey. Rhodey starts teaching him. He eventually develops a knack for science, and next thing you know, Falcon is the new Iron Man. Right. That might be pretty sick. Which I know they're not going to do, but it would be kind of cool to see them use a bit more creativity like that and not feel like they have to adhere to the mantles the way they are done in the comics, and just be a bit more creative and say, you know what? Let's make it its own thing. We don't have to have Falcon become Captain America just because he does it in the comics. We can have him be a brand new hero if we want to.
Well, on the movie note, like how y'all feel about all these remakes and reboots and rehashes?
Regarding the movies only, you mean?
Yeah, like in general, movies, comics.
Oh, in general, I thought you were talking about the MCU.
Yeah, because to me, you don't need a Space Jam 2.
No, we don't.
It's like, you don't need, what, Jeepers Creepers 4, or like.
Oh, don't even get me started on
that. Because for me, they should have just kept Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah.
Cartoony instead of like putting the cartoon version in the real world. That was just lame.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the reason why I skipped that. Yeah. I do not. I have had it with these bleeping cartoon characters in this bleeping real world.
Is that a reference or something?
Yeah, that's a reference to Snakes on a Plane. Yes.
I hope you're ready for the Disney to have the live action Pinocchio.
Well, another movie not to watch.
The funny thing about that, though, is while I'm not really on board with it, I do think the idea to cast Tom Hanks as Jiminy Cricket is actually really great casting.
You know what? Actually, I just thought something. Live action Pinocchio can kind of work probably because
it already did
in real life. So
we actually already had 2 live action ones, one of which I actually saw in the theaters years ago. Jonathan Taylor Thomas played the role. That's, people would know him as the voice of Simba, one of the kids from Home Improvement. He actually played Pinocchio in that movie. And you had Jiminy Cricket as just a real cricket who could talk. But, I mean, my whole thing with reboots, well, maybe not so much reboots, because a reboot at least has the potential to introduce new ideas, because that's kind of the idea behind a reboot, is to make it newer. But a remake...
Except for that Child's Play.
Oh, God.
I love you.
Oh, man. Like...
what was his anthem? He was you're my friend, I love something.
What the heck was it? What is it? We are big buddies until the end. Like, honestly, if you had made that a horror version of Barney and Friends, it would have made a lot more sense.
And he had the chin and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness.
The first thing I thought of when I looked at Chucky's face in that movie was like, did you all really just make Donald Trump into a good guy doll? Really? You made Chucky into Donald Trump because that's what I saw in that face was Donald Trump as a doll. I'm like,
yeah.
I
hope you know that. I hope you know that there is a TV series on the original Chucky now, though.
Oh, brother.
Honest?
So
You're just like, how much more can I take? But that I'm actually interested in, not to watch, but I'm at least interested in hearing about it because it's the original creator involved. So
yeah, because it's Brad
Brad Dourif, the original voice.
Yeah, like him and the person that did all the Chucky movies is also coming back to the show.
Bro, who asked for a Chucky TV show?
Nobody did. That's what's so funny about it.
Nobody did. But the plot synopsis that I heard is like they're gonna have this kid, and also the LGBTQ elemental P group. The main kid is supposed to be gay.
For some reason, because that's going to be integral to the plot.
and so like it's gonna be. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be Child's Play Riverdale edition. So
Riverdale has one of the worst scripts I ever seen. I never even watched the show, but I just see people talking. I just see certain scenes. It's just horrible.
So hopefully it doesn't turn in to a teenage slasher.
Bro, imagine.
I mean,
Chucky isn't actually a murder. Actually, no, he is a murder serial killer, but it's like he's played as he's misunderstood.
Yeah, right. Why won't they believe me? I didn't mean to kill these people.
He's like a misunderstood bad word or something.
I mean, honestly, when you mentioned LGBT, I'm thinking they're going to turn that into a love story between Chucky and the kid. Well, not the kid, but the.
Oh gosh.
Wait, is he a kid or is he supposed to be like in his late teens?
Well, no,
because I would argue that if you're a young kid, you're not really going to have developed to the point where you'll know what your orientation is yet.
Oof, that's a whole nother different discussion.
I'm not saying that's probably always
in today's age. Like how many young kids, say for instance, 8, 9, 10 still play with dolls. They're playing Xbox, Minecraft, and Fortnite. It's they don't play with dolls anymore.
Imagine they were trying to have a modern Chucky, and it was like the kid was playing a Chuckyville game, and then that's how Chucky became life or something.
Right,
but here's my thing. If you want to do a horror movie that's somehow centered around LGBT, why are you using that for a child's play property?
I don't.
A TV? I mean, are you going to do something as ridiculous as Chucky's going to be anti-LGBT and that's what the whole plot's going to be? He's just going after anybody who's not, a part of that community of people? Is that going to be the stick?
Oh, that's actually kind of interesting, low key. Like they're saying people who it's I don't know, something about he's Chucky's saying I'm not gonna agree with with the gay people just because other people do. I'm not a puppet to society, even though I'm a puppet.
I mean,
It
yeah.
wasn't actually a joke. I was actually low-key serious.
Okay.
I can see them going like that. Like it's like a symbolism of like the fact that he's a puppet, and then it's like to try and say, I don't know, he's not. I don't know. I don't know what they can go with that.
I just,
I
you're
mean,
old.
I can see the show going bad a lot of ways.
Oh, it probably will. It's 2021.
But
It
you
will
know
be.
what? He's and then he's gay. And he also the gayness is supposed to represent him falling in love with the puppet.
Oh God.
Oh,
Like he's falling in love with something people don't agree with, or something like that. Like,
Oh my God. And I know.
just hope, like, the only thing that I'm excited for, but Warner Brothers also can screw it up, is the Mortal Kombat movie.
I'm already out of that one.
I mean, who knows?
So-
Maybe they'll actually have good direction and fighting scenes.
As soon
Yeah,
as I-
because I mean, they have real fatalities now.
all I'm gonna say on Mortal Kombat. Why the heck did I say X-Men? Moron. All I'm gonna say on that Mortal Kombat movie is, as soon as I found out that, hey, we're gonna do that character of Destiny thing that Transformers and Ninja Turtles did with, that lame-o Sam Witwicky from the Transformers,
Oh, yeah.
except our Sam Witwicky is going to be named Cole something, and he's an MMA fighter. Woo! And I'm sorry to UFC fans and MMA fans, but I
I mean, I
cannot
had that
stand.
comparison. Yeah, I know where you're going with this, but I kind of feel like maybe, well, they will include Sam in the core group.
Sam who?
Like, I'm just saying the Sam with that Sam Witwicky reference of Cole, because I feel like Cole could like possibly learn from the so-called veterans.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but
So it's kind of like looking at the group through Cole's eyes.
and that's why I don't like it.
Well,
I mean,
you see, but in the other ones, you were kind of like following Liu Kang's
yeah,
legacy.
you were seeing it through his eyes, Liu Kang. We don't.
See,
we
but
don't-
at the same time, though, like, you're kind of looking at it through Cole, through Jax, through Sonya, different personalities. So, like, this one,
Some random MMA fighter with a lame name named Cole. All you could think of was, let's call him Cole, because that's a unique name. It's not like the main character in Infamous 1 and 2 wasn't named Cole. Cole. Why don't you just make him female and call her Nicole? I'm sorry.
I mean, at least, hopefully, it won't be the cheese, or like,
People
like,
are already
the other
saying,
ones.
people are already saying, imagine if they kill Cole off at the end of the movie because they just realized, this guy's not going to bring people to the movie. He's just not. Like, and I don't know, man. We're talking about Mortal Kombat. It's essentially a fantasy where people have special powers and they know martial arts. And this guy is just, I'm an MMA fighter that has family struggles.
Isn't Luke Cage a part of Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Why don't they use
Wait, Luke Cage? No, not Luke Cage.
Liu Kang.
Johnny Cage?
Johnny Cage.
Why don't they use Johnny Cage? People know more about him.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Like,
Yeah.
I really, I just really cannot wrap my head around this. See through this character's eyes type of character, because it's a movie, and I really don't understand why kids would. Well, I mean, I would hope that it's not being intended for kids, because if it is, then you're all a bunch of idiots because it's rated R. But look, if people are interested in Mortal Kombat, play the game. The game is the main.
Honestly, I don't even know how you would even work a Mortal Kombat movie, because the problem is with fighting games is that, like, okay, so that would just, it would kind of take away some of the fun. Like, characters would legitimately get killed off in the movie, like when a fatality happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the game, is like you keep fighting, they just come back to life. Well, not really come back to life, but you just keep fighting. It basically has no consequences, right? But if you have a fatality in a movie and the characters will actually get killed off, and people be like, "Oh man, I want to see that character more." So I don't even know how like it was gonna be a super serious story, action story now, instead of like a fun brutal video.
It'll be fun, dude. It's Mortal Kombat. It's never gonna have a great story. It's always gonna be a lot of cheese, a lot of violence, a lot of fight choreography, a lot of blood, and cheese one-liners, and that's exactly how Mortal Kombat's supposed to be. That's kind of why I have a problem with this. Cole has this very interesting story about ...
Yeah, that's why I said that's kind of the problem, because we're actually going to be meant to feel bad when these characters die, instead of it just kind of being like a.
Yeah. We're supposed to just have a fun time watching these people beat the heck out of each other. We're not here.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat is not supposed to have a compelling story, people. Come on.
Well, like, I guess, they were trying to make it, more like high stakes, intention, and realistic, to where,
realistic,
like,
no.
if you see, but if you actually add fatalities, it kind of like, makes it interesting, to where it's actual consequences to the tournament.
I mean, yeah, that's true, and characters do die in. How many live action movies were there before this? Maybe 3. I only saw 2, so I don't remember. But I mean, the thing about Mortal Kombat is getting back, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, Z. Mortal Kombat is sort of like Dragon Ball Z in that characters can come back. But the other way to look at it is, yeah, a lot of characters may die in this movie, but that's why you just go and look at the rest of the roster and replace them with other fan favorite characters for the sequels. Like, let's say, because Shang Tsung's, I'm assuming he's going to be like the main bad guy in this. Once he gets killed, maybe you could go with Quan Chi. For the second one, go with characters that haven't been in the movies before. Maybe eventually Shinnok. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Shinnok in a live action Mortal Kombat movie would be pretty crazy, but it'd be pretty amazing. I guess I just don't like the fact that they feel the need to try to focus on this character Cole, when they should know that 90% of people are like, who gives a crap about Cole? We're here for Liu Kang and all them.
I mean, why don't you just have it kind of like Infinity War? Just focus on a bunch of different characters.
Yeah. Now if it was revealed that Cole is simply an alias, like there's a fan theory that that Cole is actually the younger Sub-Zero. Now, if that turns out to be true, brilliant. But the thing is, like I said about the Transformers, people were not watching those movies for Shia LaBeouf's character. They were watching it for the Transformers, and you made Shia LaBeouf the focus.
Oh, you talking about Sam Witwicky?
Yeah.
People like Sam Witwicky.
I can't understand why. I mean, he's just.
In fact, people liked him so much that they had a problem with him not being the main character in the future Transformers.
Well, I don't understand that personally because I think.
See, but I mean, you could possibly make the same argument for Godzilla.
What about it? Oh yeah, because it focuses on people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I mean, no one remembers the name of the characters of Godzilla though. People remember Sam Witwicky.
I don't. I just know that he's Shia LaBeouf of a different name and doesn't really have much of a character. He's just Shia LaBeouf being Shia LaBeouf. Having scenes
and
about having scenes where
Kong, by the way. So go ahead.
Like where for some reason they thought it was important for he and his parents to talk about masturbation, and I'm like,
his parents are hilarious.
Yeah.
Transformers, you're gonna put humor that this is a kids movie, people, and you're gonna talk about
kids movie.
It's supposed to be.
Who said that?
Because Transformers was a kids-oriented
robots killing each other, and it's like they're attacking Earth. It doesn't have to be kids.
They won't bleed. They just turn into scrap metal.
It could easily turn dark because of the fact that it's not like SpongeBob. It's not like SpongeBob or something like this. It's like robots having a war, and they're like killing each other, and they come to Earth and try to kill humans.
Yeah, which we don't get to see because we have to focus on Mr. Dweeb and his attractive girlfriend.
I mean, we see plenty of it, dude. It's just a part of the story. What I'm saying is it's easy to make Transformers into an adult movie because it just like basically it's kind of like Avatar. Like Avatar is for mature. I mean, it's for everyone.
Or kind of like G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe is like actual dudes shooting each other. Like there's actual dudes shooting each other. Like and the Avatar actually has genocide, and it's just like not super bloody. It's easy to turn to something adult.
You might want to be careful by just calling it Avatar because remember, there's a movie about blue people called Avatar. I'm just saying, people might call you out on that.
No, I do always say that though. Like people be like, "Which Avatar?" I be like, "The one with blue people."
Right? Oh God! But I just do not care for that. At this point, I feel like it's becoming sort of a trope. You know, we're gonna reboot a popular franchise and put a what's the term for the character whose eyes you see through? I'll just call him a see-through character, and we're gonna have a see-through character. I'm like, what? These franchises have worked for so many years without that kind of stuff. It's not needed. Like, it's the same thing with Ghostbusters, and that's another movie I'm skipping, the new Ghostbusters movie.
Bro, they gotta stop with the Ghostbusters.
It's not even Ghostbusters. It's Ghostbusters Babies. We're kids and chasing ghosts. Like, it's not even Ghostbusters. They're a bunch of like preteens.
Man, they had the Ghostbusters woman, the Ghostbusters preteens. Like, what they gonna have the Ghostbusters transgenders?
Yeah, I mean, as long as the transgenders are adults, I don't care if they're transgender. I don't care if they're asexual. As long as they are adults.
They're like old people. Like,
I just
the Ghostbusters old people transgenders. Like,
I'm just. It really feels like creativity is basically dead.
On certain studios.
But I know you probably don't want to go off topic, but that made me think of something like what's some kid shows that you think could easily be made to like adult like oriented like.
Well, it is a live action Powerpuff Girls coming.
Oh God! Oh God! That made me want to stick my head into a garbage disposal. I mean, you're kidding me, right? We have.
I am not joking.
No, I know you're not. I'm like, this is what I would be saying to the creator of that movie. You're kidding me, right, man? you're going to do a live action Powerpuff Girls instead of maybe getting Gendy Tartakovsky, the man who handled all of the CG animation for Hotel Transylvania, the creator of Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory, as well as somebody who worked on the original Powerpuff Girls, and you couldn't instead just give us a CG Powerpuff Girls with these actresses voicing the characters? No, they got to play them in the flesh.
It should have been. You should have an
Yeah,
animated
that'd be
movie.
strange.
It should have been an animated movie.
I'm just so tired of this obsession with got to make things live action. Why?
But what I can say, the one good thing about that is that they won't be forcing the character to be gay because you could easily make him gay and make it believable.
You may have just given them some ideas by saying that.
I mean, that's not a bad idea though. They could easily do that though with him.
Oh no, there's
Professor
nothing wrong.
Utonium
Wait,
is gay.
wait, do you mean the Powerpuff Girls like being gay with each other because they are siblings?
Him, literally him.
Him being gay. Wait, who's him? Because of the fact
the creepy crab thing. Yeah.
The
But
devil,
wouldn't-
whatever.
Yeah.
The
If you make-
devil.
Yeah.
if you make him gay, wouldn't that technically be considered disrespectful towards people that are homosexual?
To be
because
fair,
you
there are
mean-
homosexuals that act like that.
He would be like technically like a
He's the Ivankov.
dressing pervert. Oh yeah.
He's the Ivankov of the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, someone will always get offended by something, and people hate to hear it, but some stereotypes do come from somewhere. I'm not saying every gay person acts like that.
It's
but
true. It is true. Some stereotypes are
But
correct.
he literally has on heels and a dress. Like,
I've always found him to be downright terrifying, and I mean, and I don't mean that terrifying in like a joking way. I mean that seriously. Like,
Dang, you scared of man? That's what you gotta say, bro.
did you ever hear that old theory about him?
What?
He was supposed to be the professor's brother, and the
Really?
Powerpuff Girls used to be molested by their uncle.
Oh God! Whoa!
Yeah,
whoa.
so that every time him like comes around, the girls would be kind of like scared and hesitant.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah, that's way too much for something
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
like, but I got a friend who's just ecstatic about this news, but it's not even really because it's the Powerpuff Girls. It's because he loves two of the actresses in it, and I'm like, come on, man, really?
Yeah.
Like, all right, I can get interested in things because actors are in something that actors that I like, but I mean, he was like, oh, Chloe Bennett from S.H.I.E.L.D., she's gonna be a Blossom, and I'm like, okay, that's random. I mean, like, of all the roles for her to get, Blossom.
Right.
I mean, freaking Daisy, aka Sky from S.H.I.E.L.D. is gonna be Blossom, and like,
And kind of another thing, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, because if you have the Inhumans, how do you explain them with the mutants?
Well, you could do a conflict between the Inhumans and the mutants, which has happened many times in the comics. At one point, they were even at war with each other, the Inhumans and mutants, because the Inhumans basically attacked them first and they defended themselves. You could do that.
Yeah, because the MCU is kind of ignoring them now.
Yeah, which bothers me because I may not care too much for the Inhumans as a whole, but Black Bolt is a very interesting character for me. And him not being done justice. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, the creators of it's like the people that are put in charge of these things at times don't even truly know the characters they're handling. Oh yeah, Black Bolt. He has the power to scream and destroy things. No, he's got a lot more than that. And the fact that you creators didn't want to give him a helmet when every hero in the MCU has a helmet is just complete hypocrisy. They said it would look too lame. Okay, well then why doesn't Captain America's helmet look too lame? Why doesn't Black Panther's mask look too lame to be used?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. It's hypocritical. I mean,
It depends on the design. Like they can make a cool design. Like
yeah, and I mean, there's nothing that's really that lame for a comic book character who has a tuning fork like symbol on his mask. That's not that out there. You know what's out there? Have you ever seen the helmet thing that Galactus has on his head? No, that's ridiculous.
that shit is so not cool.
It looks like a freaking city on top of his head.
Right.
No, we're gonna.
I also think the villain up in Justice League, his helmet was also ass.
Oh, Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't make Steppenwolf a main villain. That's like making Captain Ginyu the main villain of a Dragon Ball Z film. You just don't do it. As one reviewer said, Steppenwolf is not a villain, is not a threat that takes the entirety of the league to beat. He takes
Also,
only
that name is not that. I also think that name is kind of like. I think I said it before. That name to me is kind of like Taserface. Like it's like I am Steppenwolf. Done. Like
yeah.
Whatever.
It sounds like you're saying I actually stepped in some wolf.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, and I first time I actually knew of Steppenwolf was in the '90s Superman series, where Darkseid does show up. I think in like the last season, and what ends up happening is Darkseid brainwashes Superman into becoming one of his generals, and you know, I don't know why they didn't just do that. You know, leave Superman alive and have Darkseid brainwash him and turn him into one of his generals, and the League has to fight Superman. You know?
Oh well, on that note, I'm gonna start to wrap this up.
Okay.
For final thoughts, because I gotta work tomorrow, and it's getting probably late for Z-Boy over there. So
I don't gotta work tomorrow.
yeah. So any last topics or final thoughts you want to get off quickly?
I'm good.
All right. Z?
Make powerful girls animated and stuff live action. We gotta stop. We gotta give up on all these live actions. What I forgot. What's the saying? If something keeps not
If it ain't
working,
broke, don't fix it.
Yes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
well, that's probably one too. But at the same time, the definition of sanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different outcome. These live actions always fail. No one likes them, and you just keep making more of them and expecting someone to like them eventually. Is expecting eventually the right one to get in, and you're doing it the exact same way, and it's just not gonna work, man. You know, it's just some games. I feel like that maybe isn't an excuse because if you're a good enough creator, you should be able to make anything out of anything. But I do feel like on some level, like animation is animation, and so you can't exactly have it be the same feel for live action with
Right.
at least most things. And I don't know nothing about the Powerpuff Girls movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what trying to go with it. Yeah, I mean, take my idea to make him, you know, whatever that'll be fine. And then also,
I think the Powerpuff Girls should actually be kid oriented, probably. And I know like they might try to make it more adult. I mean, you,
I mean, it was pretty much already adult because in the opening intro, whenever they punched the villains, they were bleeding like out of the face.
I mean that doesn't really mean it's adult, but
No, but I mean, it was pretty gruesome at times.
I kind of just meant because of the fact that it's like I'm pretty sure little girls are gonna be main protagonists, right? Unless they're gonna try to have them be like Daphne and Velma were in the Scooby Doo movie, where they're like some porn star-esque looking chicks in the Powerpuff Girl outfits. Like,
well, they're not going to be kids though; they're going to be adults. That's why it's.
Bro, they already failed. That's why I said.
It's not even Powerpuff Girls; it's Powerpuff Women.
They should just make it actual girls. Actually, make it for kids. Probably, even though the audience will probably be adults going there. Adults don't have problems watching kid movies. They like to pretend like they do, but they don't.
Well, it depends on what you mean by kid movie, but yes, you are correct. Depending on the kid movie in question.
Yeah, but so yeah, so they already failed. Then never mind. See, they always that's the problem. They always trying to change something that don't need to be changed.
Yep.
But anyway, that's pretty much my dodge. Is do better with these live actions. That was absolutely hilarious. Had me dying when he said like he made like a cap cardboard cutout and he just took the shit away from him. That was the highlight. That was absolutely hilarious. And yeah, just do better with these live actions. That's pretty much all I gotta say.
Yep, and that goes for you too, Netflix, with your One Piece live action series.
Oh gosh, man. I mean, it's like 1,000 something. Whatever. It's gonna be like Avatar, bro. It's just gonna be like cutting around. Imagine like freaking Luffy is called Rufy or Laffy or something. Because remember, Aang was called Ong. Like
they might even call him Duffy instead of Luffy.
That Laffy Taffy. Hey.
Laffy. I'm Mank.
All right.
I'm Manky.
I'm Monkey D. Laffy Taffy.
All right, well, we're closing out on Monkey D. Laffy.
Yep. In stores now.
So I'm pretty much gonna try to make some more content because I've been slacking on my channels, but check out the upcoming content coming soon. Also, subscribe to ZBoy 2000. I'm gonna try to put the his channel in the description, and also you know where to find Katakuri Fan, my Discord, ZBoy's Discord, and everybody's Discord, pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much ride on everybody's coattails.
She's getting passed around, but no.
Yeah. You're taking them this week.
On that note, until the next time, have no fear, the loner's here. Till next time.